Hello, Stuart the Unrepentant Atheist. Thank you for tuning into my channel. And today I'm going to be talking about William Lane Craig. So something came up fairly recently. I'm not the first one. I'm picking this up off some other YouTubers who've noticed it, and they've already commented on it, and they've maybe done a better job than I'm going to do in terms of their comments. But anyway, just in case you haven't heard about it, William Lane Craig actually has been making some statements which, for all of us who've been following his debates with various atheists, will be quite astonishing. He's made the kind of admission that he never would do in a debate. And I believe that he's got some kind of podcast going on where he obviously talks about Christianity and why it's a good idea to believe and the cornerstone of his faith, etc. And so in the most recent one done, I'm making this in near the end of July. I think he made it 2 or 3 weeks ago. But one of his viewers, or one of his followers by the name of Kyle, sent in a question to him. And the question is that, well, first of all, he thanks Dr. Craig for his podcasts. He says he's been following him for a number of years, that his podcasts have helped to strengthen his faith. But he said, however, recently he's struggling a bit because he feels that Christianity is like a full-time job, that you have to focus all the time on it in order to keep believing in it, and it's hard work. And he wondered whether he was struggling because he hadn't come into Christianity with high epistemic standards, and that wouldn't it be better before coming into a religion to have those high epistemic standards? And so William Lane Craig replies, and he says that when he was at university, before he became a Christian, that's hard to imagine, isn't it? William Lane Craig at some point in his life not being a Christian. But so before he became a Christian, or at least before he became, I don't know, very serious about religion, he discovered at university the whole precepts and concept of Christianity, the doctrine of Christianity, that his sins could be forgiven by God and that God loves him unconditionally. When he realized this, he felt that even if, now listen carefully, even if there was only one chance in a million that it's true, it's such a amazingly good belief that it's worth holding. Now, quite astonishing that he would make this statement on his own channel. Maybe he doesn't realize that there are atheists and various ex-Christians, deconverted Christians, who are following him, waiting maybe for him to trip up like this, which he certainly, in my view, he really did trip up. Of course, he's not saying that, in his view, the chances of Christianity being true are 1 in a million, but he is establishing and he is setting out his epistemology. It effectively boils down to a Pascal's wager, really, doesn't it? So he's saying that if a belief is attractive enough, if it's appealing enough, he's advising Kyle not to raise the standard of evidence for his belief, the epistemology, standards of epistemology. He's advising him to lower them. The more attractive and beneficial the belief is, the more leeway, the more allowances you have to make for the lack of evidence in order to derive the benefit of believing in it. And if you think about all the debates that William Lane Craig has done, how well versed he is in the Kalam cosmological argument, and how fairly well versed he is in his position. I mean, still, a lot of atheists still believe that he's fundamentally wrong. He makes a lot of mistakes, but he never when he comes into these debates, advances the Pascal's wager epistemology, which is, it seems to me, the crucial reason why he believed all those years ago and why he came into Christianity, that the belief was just so attractive that he couldn't resist in believing it, and that even if it was incredibly unlikely, 1 in a million chance, it was still worth believing. Well, of course, every other religion will say that too. Muslims will say it, Hindus will say it, that Buddhists will say it, with all the possibilities of reincarnation, etc., enlightenment. They will also say that it's such an attractive belief, and we've got virtually, or we've got no evidence, but if there's 100 million chance that it's true, then it's worth believing. So all of a sudden, William Lane Craig, his standards for belief are just the same really as every other religious person who hasn't got any evidence. So all his philosophical posturing, all his pompous, arrogant, condescending posturing over the Kalam cosmological argument, and the fact that atheists have got to lower their intellectual standards in order to accept naturalism, is all just complete nonsense. It's dishonest nonsense, because he doesn't believe because of the cosmological Kalam. He doesn't believe for the transcendental argument or the presuppositionalist position. He doesn't believe for any of those reasons. He believes because he finds it attractive to believe, and that almost any level of probability is going to be worth him believing. So next time you watch William Lane Craig in a debate, just bear that in mind. That is his true epistemology, that it seems to me that he really just doesn't care whether his beliefs are true or not. What he cares about is how good it makes him feel. And really, he's just like every other Christian who phones in to the atheist experience and spends ages and ages arguing and nitpicking over various philosophical arguments and going on to string theory, the Higgs boson, quantum qualia, and all this nonsense. And when somebody like Matt shoots down every single argument one by one, then he'll come back to either, oh, well, it's personal experience, or, you know, well, it makes me feel good. And that's really what it boils down to. I wish that more Christians would be honest about why they believe. And at least in this occasion, maybe we'll see a new William Lane Craig actually being honest about why he believes, because I don't think he has been honest about why he believes until now, but now we know the truth. So there it is. The great William Lane Craig embraces Pascal's wager. What else can I say? Okay, guys, that's all for now. Talk to you again soon. Bye.